All right, today is October 24th. It's currently like 6:30 p.m. or something, falling asleep. I am back where it all started after 2 months of being away and traveling around the world and living in Dubai and in Thailand and everything. I'm back at my parents' house in this tiny little room. Um, I just came here, probably gonna stay here for a couple of days to catch up with everything, fix up my braces. And man, every time I come here after traveling for a while, this room just feels smaller and smaller every single time. It feels like, I don't know, like after living in a villa in Thailand for almost a month and then two-story apartment in Bangkok for 2.5 weeks before that, a really big, spacious apartment in downtown Dubai with Burj Khalifa views for 3 weeks. Bro, coming back to this room in my parents' house feels insane. Every time it just feels more and more weird to me. So, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay here for. Probably not for too long, but I just came here to really, kind of run some errands. Obviously, I've been out the country for about 2 months now, so I need to fix up my braces and do other things. But then also, just honestly, to kind of lock in and reassess myself and reflect on everything I have done over the last 2 months. The decisions that I've made, the kind of stuff that I've been doing, because I feel like here in this place, in this country, I have been really productive. Like, this is literally where I started, honestly. Like, I came into this room with $0 in my pocket. In fact, I probably was in debt when we moved here. No following online, nothing. And in this room, at this table, before there was a different table, I bought a new table like after I started making some money. And on this computer, this monitor, this is where I made all the money that I made. And this is what really started everything and allowed me to travel around the world, live in villas and luxurious apartments and make money off my laptop. So I just feel like it's healthy to revisit this place, especially at times when I get a little confused, which I'm not gonna lie, I did after spending like a month and a week in Thailand in total. Um, it's just paradise, especially Koh Samui, and I feel like I got a little lost because it's just so fun. So this is like the opposite of that. It's like in Koh Samui, there's a bunch of distractions. Obviously you got your scooter, you got amazing views, you can go anywhere you want, complete freedom. Everything is cheap. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Basically, just doing whatever you want. You own, you basically control everything, and you live in a very nice place as well. And there's a bunch of distractions. That's my point. While here, if I just stay in this little tiny room and all I have is a whiteboard, a PC setup, Shopify, sales counter, and my camera equipment and other stuff, basically only the things that I need to work and nothing else. I don't even have a car anymore. I used to have a car here, but I gave it away to my parents and then they sold it. So I don't even have a car anymore. I basically have nothing here and I'm not going to be distracted by anything. So now I will kind of just reflect, and I'm so excited to lock in here. I'm just like, this place is literally, like I said before a couple of times already, this is where it all started. This is where I made the money. This is where I made the decisions that led to me making money and to me building everything. And it's really exciting to me being here again. Also, I've been coffee free, caffeine free, no energy drinks or coffee, very mild consumption of tea for probably like 5 months now. Yeah, approaching 5 months, I think. And I've been thinking about getting back on caffeine, energy drinks, or not energy drinks, probably just coffee. It's a lot healthier. because, you know, it's going to make me more productive, and I think I'm willing to make that trade-off, but I'm still thinking about it because long term, no coffee is obviously more beneficial. But regardless, aside from that, I have had a very long flight. Flew over, obviously, my partner as well. She lived with me in Koh Samui in the villa, and we flew together all the way from Koh Samui to here, and it was a pretty long flight, 17 and a half hours or something, and now here I am. And I'm kind of jet lagged because I did live in Thailand for, like I said, a month and a week, and there's a 4-hour time difference, which is not actually that bad, but like I just really got used to it. Like currently it's like 6:40 p.m., which means that Thailand time is like 10:40 p.m., and that's like right around the time I go to sleep. So I'm just super tired right now and super sleepy, and obviously I didn't really sleep much during the flights as well, so that kind of adds up to me being even more exhausted. But yeah, just wanted to make this video real quick. I really like to recap everything like this and summarize it. I went to 2 months ago, 26th of August, I believe. I went to Dubai for 3 weeks with a possible, and I thought I might possibly extend it and stay at that place for longer than just 3 weeks and just live in Dubai. But then the lack of nature and just the environment, I didn't really like it at the time, so I chose to go to Thailand instead. And then after spending 3 weeks in Dubai, I went to Bangkok, lived there for 2.5 weeks until 2nd of October. And then on the 2nd of October, I went to Koh Samui, and I stayed there all the way up to 24th or 23rd of October, which is when me and my partner, we both flew out away from there back to Israel, which is where I'm at right now. Kind of crazy. She's only been there with me in Koh Samui for all right, sorry, I had to cut the video there. Basically, she spent, I flew her out to Dubai, and we spent a week together there in the apartment in Dubai, and then we were apart for like 3 weeks, and then I flew her out to Koh Samui, and we spent 2.5 weeks together in the villa in Koh Samui, I believe, or roughly just around 2 weeks in the villa, which was an amazing experience, and I really liked Koh Samui. It's freaking paradise, honestly. It's just not really optimal for, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, it's not really optimal for me personally, locking in and grinding and growing. It's really good for like recharging and kind of like just relaxing and letting go of things. It's very easy to chill out in there, but personally for me, but in my experience. But in terms of like hardcore work and putting your head down and just working and being on the computer for 16 hours every day, I find Israel to be a lot better for that sort of stuff. Thailand is like a recharge place for me from now on. Koh Samui specifically. I didn't really like Bangkok that much. So, yeah. Crazy. 2 months away from home. This is the longest I've ever spent without seeing my parents or my family, or just being away from home in general. Kind of a long time, and I've literally dreamt of that for the last few years. I was sitting here on my chair, editing videos, planning out stuff, recording videos, looking out the window, and there's an airport right over there, Ben Gurion Airport, and you see planes take off all the time, fly over here, right above the house, and I could spot them every single time, and see airplanes fly over my house. And every time I saw an airplane, I imagined myself sitting on that airplane. Whenever I spotted an airplane just working or whatever, I always imagined myself on that plane because I was so sick and tired of being here locked in this country because I couldn't leave it for 3.5 years before I finally was able to do it this summer. And that's as soon as I got the opportunity to do so, 4 hours after it, I was already on the plane. And yeah, I've been dreaming about this for so long, traveling around, living the luxury life, you know, being in the villa, being in luxurious apartments, all this stuff, like, and now I literally get to experience it. And now I come back to this place and I see the huge difference, and it really hits me and really helps me understand like what I have achieved and what I have accomplished and how much I have really accomplished, you know. Because in the moment, especially when you get used to it and you live there for 2 months, you're kind of like, okay, this is my life now, whatever. But when you come back and you see what you started from, you really understand how far you have gone. And I'm not saying it's like, I'm gonna go so much further than this. This is nothing compared to what I'm gonna achieve in the long run, but it's super dope to just reflect like this and see where you started. So, yeah. Pretty cool to reflect like this. And I am, like I said, I am so incredibly excited to just put my head down and just work here in this room for at least the next few days until I decide what I'm going to do next. I don't know, maybe I'm going to fly back to Thailand, maybe I'm going to go to Dubai, maybe I'm going to stay in Israel and rent an apartment of my own. I'm really not sure yet. I just want to just kind of reassess and spend at least a few days here and just work for a few days and take this time to just kind of forget about everything and just work like consistently every day, something that I wasn't able to fully do in Thailand for whatever reason. And I know for a fact I can easily do it here. So that's what I'm going to do for the next few days, and I'm going to decide what I'm going to do next. But yeah, it's amazing. Like if, you know, I showed this video, or I could somehow kind of like explain what I have experienced in the last 2 months or the last like few months to me from 5 months ago, he would go crazy, dude. Like he wouldn't go crazy, he knew that it was coming, but he would just be so freaking happy and excited because this is exactly what I wanted. So yeah, I am just so grateful that I'm able to do all these things and that I was able to, you know, achieve all of these things, and that I keep growing and that I will keep growing, and that I enjoy it. It's incredible. But yeah, I'm gonna go call it a day now. Honestly, I'm super tired and sleepy. So yeah, it's like 7 p.m. It's not even dark outside yet, and I'm calling it a day because I'm still like in the Thailand time zone. It's gonna take me a couple of days to get used to this time zone for sure. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. It's really nice to reflect like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.